Salutations. I'm your host, Karen Walker. Welcome to Diamond in the Ruff. Today, I have yet another talented artist that I'm very, very fond of. He has won, if I'm correct in saying, approximately 21 film festival awards. We're going to talk more with Ricky Clover, his experience with animation, his infatuation, that is, with animation. So those of you who are animation enthusiasts, you're in for a treat. Stay tuned. Listen here, I have some very talented friends, and I am so very blessed to host them on the show and promote their work. Again, it's such a blessing. Again, I'm featuring Ricky Clover, who's an animator, and boy, he is a hard worker. When I come into the studio, that's Philly Cam Studios here, based in Philadelphia, Ricky is here constantly working hard, and he's so committed to his craft. And most of us, as a matter of fact, all of us that I've met here at the studio are very passionate about our work, and we support each other in so many ways. Welcome, Ricky.
Thank you.
Thank you for carving out time from your busy schedule. I truly appreciate it.
Oh, no
How
problem.
you been?
I've been truly blessed.
And busy?
Yes, very
Yeah?
busy.
Yeah?
Yes,
Okay, and you enjoy what you do?
I love it.
Okay, very good. So we're going to do a lot today,
Okay.
and you're going to give a little bit of narration, right, with your work, and a bit of a tutorial.
Oh, that's
Right?
definitely.
Is that what we're doing today?
Yes, we're going to be educating some people today.
Okay. Are you familiar with the saying, confidence is quiet and insecurity is loud?
Yes.
What does that mean to you?
Basically, typically quiet people are introverted, but that's because they focus their energy on themselves to import their talents to the world. So in other words, they allow their talent to speak for them, besides just words.
And you fit that criteria in every way. Again, you're very humble and quite a busy man. Your work ethic, I should say, is commendable.
I appreciate
I
that.
highly respect your work.
Thank you.
Each and every time that I'm in the studio, you're hard at work, you're committed to and have spent hours perfecting your craft. Talk about that process.
Well, animation is a long and tedious process. I know people watch it on TV, they see the outcome, but it's a lot of hard work that goes into it. So it takes hours and hours and hours to get this stuff up and running. Sometimes the scene takes me 2 hours. Sometimes it takes 2 weeks. Some scenes take me 2 months to do. So, and even before that, there's a lot of prep time that goes into it. I have to draw a lot of scenes. Sometimes I have to write everything down. Sometimes I have to write or draw it out. So it's a lot of prep time before I even put everything into the computer. So it's a lot of work, hard work that go in there. But if you're passionate, it's in your blood, you just go ahead and do it and get it done.
Okay. Let me once again congratulate you on your awards that you received.
Thank you.
These are national and international
Yes, it is.
awards that you have received.
Yes.
Over the course of a year or so?
Almost a year, since last year.
Okay, so last year you received an award for?
The Couch Award,
Okay.
that was from Canada.
Okay, in Canada.
That was my first international award.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay,
And from
so,
there, I got awards from India, from Africa, from Asia, from Europe, from the Ukraine,
Okay.
and even here in the United States and Florida.
Wow. What is that process like for someone who doesn't really know about submitting their work to
Film festivals.
film festivals? Yeah, like, how does that work?
Well, first of all, what I did was I got information from this good people here in Philly Cam.
Okay.
I signed up to a site called Film Freeway.
Okay.
So you set up an account and you submit your work depending on the length of or genre, and pay a monthly charge. It's not that much. And you submit your work depending on how much it costs. Some film festivals are free. Some cost, depending on the festival. And you just hope you get picked.
Okay.
But most of the time, a lot of time you don't win because you're dealing with competition from all over the world.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like the lottery.
Okay.
It's like a 1 in a million chance you may win or you may not.
Okay, so did I ask you what it felt like to be, to have your first or receive your first award? What did that feel like to you?
Man, it felt like I was floating on the clouds.
Yeah.
Because before I wasn't winning.
Okay.
But I didn't take it personal because, like I said, I'm in competition with everybody else.
Right.
So to be, official selected or nominee or finalist or winner, it just feel like that my work is appreciated from all over the world.
Right. Try again. Okay. Until you get what
I
you
can see
want.
why people who win Emmys and Grammys and stuff sit up there crying and all that stuff. I mean, because you put it's a lot of hard work.
Absolutely.
You see NBA players and Wimbledon people crying all the time.
Indeed,
You know what I'm saying? Because people want to be congratulated for what they do.
Indeed. Many years of sweat and tears.
Yeah,
Right.
there's a lot of sacrifice to go along with that.
Exactly, and that's when, reverting back to passion, right? If you're passionate about the work that you do, you'll get over it.
Right.
Right?
Because the thing is, you see me doing this stuff in Philly Camp, but
All
I'm at
the
home.
time.
But I'm at home doing this too.
Okay.
And
I
I'm at my
believe it.
job. I'm at my job on my break doing this.
Right.
So I take my laptop. Boom. I'm all at work. So not only I'm working on this show, but I'm working on parts on the next show and the next 2 shows.
Oh, we're going to talk some more about that.
Definitely.
Trust
So.
me. Okay, we're going to talk a whole lot
Oh
more
yes,
about that.
because I have a lot to say.
And yes, you do. And so let's get to it.
All right.
In Marky, Life Be Buggin'. That's the show that I first became familiar with, right? Marquise Lawrence Sharper
Right.
is the character.
Yes.
Okay, he's the main character.
That's the main character.
All right. He's contending with his bad luck haircut, right? He's at school.
School, yes.
Okay.
Middle school.
Middle school.
Yep.
Let's talk about that project.
All right.
How did you create the storyline and the elements of creating that particular character?
Okay. Wow. That takes me back to when I was in middle school in the early 90s. I created, we talking about some almost 30 years ago, when I created a character based on my experience being a middle school kid going to a new school, not knowing nobody.
Okay.
I was zoned out. When I was in the 5th grade, everybody else went to a particular school, and I was just going to a different school altogether. I'm like, I don't know these people.
So now, are you saying that you're actually Marky?
Yes.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all those characters
I
are
never asked that question
exactly, and
before.
all those characters are people I went to school with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Very good. Okay, so talk more about the character Marky.
Well, the character Marky, every once in a while we have bad haircut days, and I just took it to the logical conclusion of being exaggerated where he just stuck with it.
Right.
In a school, he don't know nobody.
Okay.
So now he's contending with 2 bad experiences at the same time in a humorous way. So, but with the course of because this is a sequel based off the first show, Marky.
Okay.
So this is a continuation.
Right.
Except this time he's going through the bad luck on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
And now he's not just in school; he's at the arcade. He's
Okay.
going through the park and then at the hometown mall.
Okay.
So now it's like it's different parts of the city. He's going through this bad luck,
Okay.
as opposed to just the first one was just the school.
Okay. So now you referred to your youthful experiences. Talk to us more about your childhood
Growing up.
Yeah.
So
In the neighborhood. and-
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
So I was born here in Philly. I was
Okay.
born in West Philly. Up until I was 10 years old, then my mom and dad moved us down to Florida.
Okay.
That was when I got the whole fish out of water story with Marky.
Okay.
Because going down there, I was my grandmom there, but I didn't know I ain't had no friends down there. I had a cousin, but that's really the whole idea of going to a different school.
Yeah. That transition can sometimes be very
It
difficult.
was scary.
Yeah.
That was nothing humorous about that. But because I had an overactive imagination and I love sitcoms. I grew up. I'm 70. Born in 70, so I'm 44. So I was in love with sitcoms. Different Strokes. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. So I always imagined, what if my life was a sitcom?
Okay.
The Simpsons was out around that time. So So
You got a great imagination.
yeah.
Okay.
So I always imagined like, okay, what if my life was a sitcom, but it was
Okay.
animated, you know. Simpsons was big, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was big. So I was like, wow, what if I could just imagine myself and my experiences as a cartoon character?
Right.
And I always held on to that ever since.
Okay. Excellent. I want to venture into the technical aspect,
Okay.
okay, of your work because it can be a bit complex.
Yeah.
To see it is a great thing to see.
Yes.
But working behind the scenes is something completely different.
Yes.
So, would you explain the mechanics of illustration?
Okay.
How does that work?
Wow. Well, the mechanic is very is both artistic and technical.
Okay.
Throughout the years, I went through different workshops. Like when I was in Georgia back in '93, I went to a place called Soapstone of the Arts.
Okay.
They were told, they told us general graphic design, like
Okay.
drawing and all that stuff. Then when I got here in Philly, back in 2007, I went to the University Arts League.
Okay.
That's where I was taught how to do anatomy and drawing on the computer.
Okay.
That's when I got, because before that I was just drawing on a piece of paper.
Okay.
But I was taught how to draw on a computer by an artist named Pete Stratus.
Oh.
He was a comic book artist. He still is a comic book artist.
Okay.
So now I got taught by one of the pros in the industry.
Okay.
So that took me to the next level. So
Wow.
that's when I started learning how to draw on the computer.
Wow.
You know,
Okay.
now I didn't have Photoshop, then I had Microsoft Paint, but that still took me to the next level. I started, put my professional stuff on the computer.
Is it more difficult to draw on a computer as opposed to paper?
At first it was, because
Okay.
the transition is different.
Okay.
But I'll say, look, to get to the next level, I got to put the stuff on the computer.
Right.
And yeah, I could put it on paper, but you got to, art supplies are expensive. You know what I'm saying? I already had a computer already.
Right.
So that, learning it was a bit of a curve, but over time, it just became natural.
Okay. I had another amazing artist on my show, Phoenix Nebula, who's another good friend of mine. And this brother is bad, just as you are. And we spoke about the very same thing, the technique aspect of an artist. And it takes, I'm so, again, conscious of time. And I always wonder, how much time does this take? But it's not so much time, he said. It's just like you just focus, and when it's done, it's done. It's
For
like
me, it took years.
Okay.
Because then, fast forward to 2012, I started going to DeVry.
Okay.
That's when I learned how to learn Illustrator and
Right,
Photoshop.
right.
Now I'm getting to all the professional tools that
Okay.
the industry use.
Okay.
And then fast forward to 2016, I came to Philly Camp. That's when I learned how to start doing filmmaking.
Okay.
Then I got into, After Effects.
Okay.
Tim Milloway, you know who he is.
Yes, he is. He's another one of our friends.
He the one
that's
showed me
so
how to put this
talented.
stuff After Effects.
Okay.
Now I'm getting into 3D animation now, So that's 2018. That's when I did the first market. I won the Academy Award.
Okay.
And then after that, I'm continuing with the Marquee series. So this was years. It's not something that just happened overnight. So when people want to be animators, it takes years to do this stuff. This stuff, because this is not easy stuff.
I can't even imagine. I wouldn't.
This
even
is
begin.
filmmaking on steroids, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Right.
Because this is the basic tools. You use camera work, you use actors, but you're using drawings and stuff. But it's still the same thing.
Okay. DeVry.
Yes.
Let's talk about DeVry.
All right.
Okay, so many years ago, I was approached by a DeVry representative, and through email, and I was a bit intimidated because I wasn't so certain if this was legit. I missed my opportunity. Let's talk about DeVry.
Okay.
You are a current student.
Right.
Are you a graduate?
I'm current. I'm online though.
Okay. What's wrong with online?
Well.
It's the state of our world.
Well, that's
right
the
now.
thing. Well, no, but I'm saying before.
Somewhere.
Well, before that, I was online too,
Okay.
because I was in Fort Washington,
Okay.
but certain classes wasn't there, so I had to go online.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you, as a student, what is that experience like?
The 6-week courses, you gotta be on your toes, because you start missing, coursework and homework and all this stuff. You won't get behind.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Let's see here. Again, I observed you in action here in the studio on many occasions. Thank you once again for sharing your work with me. I know we talked a little bit about the script process, right? Talk a little bit more about that.
Okay.
And then what I want to be able to do is have you show a little bit of your techniques,
Okay.
your work.
All right. So the script
Show our
process,
audience.
I can't do anything without a blueprint.
Okay.
So before I start any drawing or anything like that, I had to write everything down.
Okay.
Then after that, that was the story, the plot and the story and everything with the characters and the set and everything. Then after that, I type it up.
Okay.
And then send it to the copyright office. Then after that, I storyboard everything. Storyboard basically is drawing everything out in panels. Like it looks like a little comic book.
I was just about to say that. Okay. Okay.
So once I have those blueprints together, then I'll be able to start drawing and putting the drawings, the character models, and the backgrounds in the computer.
Okay.
Then after that, then the animation process come in. But even before that, I start bringing my actors in. We start doing voiceover using the AV room in there.
You're getting a little ahead of the game. I'm getting ready to run out of questions. We're not doing that today, okay? It's not going to happen.
That's fine.
Okay, let's take a step back.
All right.
Okay, let's just take a step back. Talk to me about the programs that you use, because I actually did not have this on my cue page.
Okay.
Because I don't have cards.
Gotcha.
Tell me what programs or program you use to create your masterpieces.
I use several programs.
Okay.
All right. I use Illustrator and Photoshop to create the character models, the backgrounds and the characters. I use After Effects to do the animation.
Okay.
I use Premiere Pro to convert into a film format, so I'll be able to put it on TV, internet, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And I also use audio programs like Audacity and Hindenburg for the corporate music and voiceover work.
Okay.
So I use mics so people can speak in the mic and everything, so I can put those voices into the program. So I use several programs to get this animation stuff done.
Okay. Folks, let me introduce you to Nurse Joy, okay, who provided the voiceover for one of the segments, and I was so happy to do so, okay. I'm interested in knowing about this particular character, the backstory.
Gotcha.
Okay, for this particular character, because I know we talked about it briefly, but it's been a while,
So now, I'm working on this current one called Marky Rock the House.
Okay.
And basically, Marky, if you remember the last one, he was invited to this house party. So this one, he's at the house party.
Okay.
So this is the first Marky where he's not at school no more. So this whole thing is just one big party.
Okay. All right, but now the nurse, we want to talk about my character, Nurse Joy. For those of you who didn't know, I provided the voiceover for Nurse Joy, and many of our other friends that we work with on a consistent basis provide voiceovers for the segments. Again, what made you develop this particular character Joy? Like, what is her position? She's the nurse at the school, right? And what happened? Why did Marky need to go?
Well,
for those that didn't know what the show was about, right?
Well, I wanted to basically the whole world is basically against him. I wanted to at least have a sympathetic character to provide like an outlet for Marky to vent. And be nice to him. Because other than that, everybody's just dumping on this character.
Okay, so he didn't get jumped or anything?
No,
like
what happened was he was walking down auditorium and some kid stepped his leg down and he fell down the stairs. Kids being mean, So I just wanted to create that character to be at least sympathetic, because everybody just dumping on him. He's just having a bad time on the first day of school.
Right.
So that's why the character was created.
Okay. Let's talk again about the programs that you use.
Okay.
Why did you select those specific programs? Is there something specific about those programs other than just have a common interest in like what?
Well, I was trained in those programs.
Okay.
And I mean, when I was going to DeVry, like I said, they 6 weeks. We had to. Our homework was considered consist of actually going before our classmates and showing in the projector.
Okay.
Just to prove that we can actually use the program.
Okay.
And once again, learning these programs is a learning curve, you know, because these are professional programs. But once I learned it, you know, which pretty much took me a month, I was off to the races.
Okay. Was it ever intimidating for you?
At first, it was.
Okay.
All these programs were.
Okay.
That's why it was important for me to do the homework.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
and you know, constantly watch videos on YouTube, tutorials and everything, and it was an everyday thing because it's one of those things. If you don't use it, you'll lose it.
Okay.
These are some very extremely complex programs.
Okay. So this goes to show you folks that you can overcome your fears. Okay? You just got to do it. Just do it. Right?
Yes.
Very good. Let's see. The components of making a character as it pertains to both animation and voiceovers. How do you select your actors? What is it about someone's personality, right?
Right.
Because I was shocked. I thought to myself, what, me, Ricky? Are you kidding me? I always wanted to do voiceovers, but sure.
Yeah.
As my heart is palpitating.
That's the thing. Everybody's not actors. Some of them are professional actors, voice actors. But I like people's voice. I like people's personalities. Like, all right, I need a specific personality and voice to provide for this character to make things happen.
Okay.
So, and because I work closely with a lot of people in Philly Cam, I see a lot of these people every day. You know, it's like, all right, let me go and bring these people into my project because I need this thing done, and then I need actors. Without actors, this can't be done. I don't care how technical this stuff is.
Right.
I need actors for this thing.
Well, let's shout out some of the actors
Definitely.
That you have hosted on Marky.
Definitely.
And listen, who are these actors?
Oh, of course you, as Nurse Joy, and your character will make a return.
Okay,
Definitely.
because I was going through it for a minute.
Oh, it was coming.
Okay.
I got several of these. Well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
I have Sergio Galante. He's one of the WWA, which is World Wrestling Association,
Okay.
Commentators,
Okay.
and the CEO of the company.
Okay.
Our boy Antoine Hayward, he's the other one.
And Antoine is also the director of my show.
Exactly. I got Gretchen Colson,
Okay.
as she's one of the wrestling announcers in there.
Right.
Even me, I got a voiceover partner in there too.
But
As one of
let me stop you for a minute. 'Cause
okay.
Hold on a second.
All right.
Gretchen is the executive director
Exactly.
of Philly Cam.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I'm one of the wrestlers in there as wrestler Benji B.
Okay.
I'm
Is that
providing
the clip
voice.
that you showed me
That's
recently?
that's the clip I showed
Okay.
you. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. Very good.
Who else? Of course, the main star, Sir Charles
Okay.
Postal, as the voice of Marky.
Okay.
I got Trizzy the Mouth as the Trizzy the Cat.
What?
Yep.
Trizzy's on
Yep.
it?
He was on the second one. As the talking cat. Yeah, he was on the second.
Okay.
Yeah, and on the first one.
Wow.
I got Bradley Zaire. Once
Bradley's
again,
on it?
yeah,
Okay.
he was on the second
Nice.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, as LaShawn is Hapless Butler.
Okay.
So I got Nakia Dillard.
Nakia
Sir
Dillard,
Nakia. He's the one that provided me those voiceover
Listen
actors.
here, we're talking about top-notch people, okay? Top-notch folks, because Nakia Dillard was one of the main characters on The Wire,
Yes.
right?
And Black Lightning.
And Black Lightning.
Yes.
Yes, and he's so down to earth.
Yes, he is.
He's so down to earth. I enjoy talking to him. I
Yeah,
haven't talked
that
to
brother
him in
was a
while.
lifesaver because I got 3 of my voice actors. One of my voice actors, Gino Essler, he was there for the first one. He's the voice of Woody Smooth.
Okay.
So he was there from the first one. So he's one of my veteran OG voiceover.
And not only does he act, he actually runs
A school.
a school.
Yes.
Is it
Akins, yeah.
Akins, I'm so sorry.
Academy?
Academy,
Yeah.
I believe. Forgive me, Nakia, but the love is still there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so he instructs his staff instructs our youth, and it's such a great thing to witness. To see that we're giving back to our youth, our society.
Yep.
You know.
And I got two of his voiceover actors who
Okay.
provide princesses as the voice of Kid Devious.
Okay.
And Shania Muhammad as the voice of LaShonda.
Okay. Now, did you also mention Charles Gregory? Did you mention
Yes,
him
I did.
already?
Yes,
Okay,
he been the voice of Marky since this last one.
Right.
So
Okay.
and he's awesome.
Very good.
And I got shout out to my brother, Marcus Clover, aka Bobby's Bar. He's the soundtrack guy. He does the soundtrack for this one.
Right.
And this is important because we talking about this is a house party.
Right.
So I can't handle janky music up in there.
Right.
So
Right.
you know if the soundtrack sounds professional, he's the one provided the music for this one.
Okay.
So he gets a big shout out for that.
Okay. Well, we got a little bit off track. I wanted to, because I get so excited, hearing about all that you are doing and to actually witness so much of it. Because just about every time that I'm here, as I said earlier, we just spark up a conversation.
Yep.
How you doing, Ricky? What's going on? What you doing currently? And not so much because you're here with me today, because this is a long time coming. We've been playing on this for a long time,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
But we're here now.
Yeah.
And I thank you once again for being here with me today.
Definitely, definitely.
There's so much more to talk about, and for you to show us. We're going to do that
Yes.
in a few minutes.
All right, cool.
Okay?
I do have to talk about the future of Marky series.
Yes, you do.
Definitely.
Yes, you do. We're going to talk about that as well.
All right.
As I said, there's so much more to talk about. Wow, what a treat. Look at here, look at here. I got footage and I also got me a poster. All I need at this moment is an autograph, okay? Because this brother is about to blow up, all right? Let me talk a little bit more later about that. For right now, we have a mini clip that we want to show you, and we'll be back.
What's up, Willie? Philly Fanatics are the new tag team World Wrestling Association champions. Ain't that tight, Joe?
Are you serious? You watch that fake macho goofiness. You love staying a nerd, a lame, and Mark Buster, yo. My mom's at Crystal Lake in Eastbrook this weekend. I have the house to myself for a while.
Yo, take a chill pill, Goldilocks. I'll be there.
Cool. See you later.
Rock the house?
Rock the house.
Rock
Yes.
the house. All right. What about Rock the House?
So basically, that clip was Willie calling a zillion time about Marky coming to his house party.
Okay.
So that was basically that was the clip.
Okay. And we'll see more.
Yes, it's a lot going on here. So basically, Marky Rock the House is just one big old house party.
Nice. I love it.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a lot going on, a lot of elements going on, and of course, a cool soundtrack. Thanks to my brother,
Really?
Marcus Bozzy Bars
Right.
Clover.
Okay.
So he does
Shout
the
out
entire.
the family.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you notice,
That's necessary.
yeah,
Indeed.
because the soundtrack, the music brings in that realism,
Okay.
and that brings the audience into the world.
Okay. Will I have access to the soundtrack?
I will
At
be
some point?
at some point. Yeah, I
Okay.
will be doing all that.
Okay.
Definitely.
Excellent. Excellent. We discussed you giving us a little bit of an instructional.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's do that
Definitely.
now. Okay. Is that possible?
Definitely.
All
Yes.
right. Let's do it.
All right. So right here, I'm in Photoshop.
Okay.
This is one of the programs, graphic artists do to do their work. So this right here, 4 Times Dope, is one of the many dance crews that will be premiering in Marquee Rock the House. This is a female dance crew.
Okay.
This is their graphic. This is the title card right here. When they come on, this is how their title is displayed on screen.
Okay.
This is the graphic right here. Now, what I got here, these parts right here is called layers. So each of the items are broken down in different parts.
Okay.
So see, like the title here is one layer, and then you got this cloud here is another layer. I do that on purpose, so when I done with this, I convert it over here to After Effects.
Is this like, so what you're creating right here is like a 3D effect?
Yes, it is.
So to speak?
Yeah.
Okay.
So first I have to create the actual image, or images rather.
Okay.
Into Photoshop.
Right, 'cause
and like
they
I said,
are layers.
Yeah, they are
Okay.
layers. They broke it down into parts. So that'd be used to animate each individual parts of it.
Okay.
So here I basically imported here into Photoshop, which I've already did already. Now, what you see here are different parts of the image.
Okay.
So here, you see right here with this little eye right here,
Yeah.
that's one part. That's 4
Okay.
Times Dope
All
right
right.
there. And one part of it is part of the clouds.
Okay.
So each of the images is broken down to at least about several parts.
Okay.
So now what I'm going to do is I'll be able to animate it. I'm zooming in here. These little dots are keyframes. Keyframes are elements to allow an object to move.
Okay.
All right, so this right here is the opening keyframe. You see how it's moving?
Right.
So this is the open keyframe, and this is the closing keyframe. So this allows the objects to move. And in this case, are the clouds. I got the shine thing going on. So it's a lot going on right here.
Right.
So this is how I'm able to do my animation. This is how animators are able to animate their work.
Exactly.
So something like this will only took me maybe, I don't know, 3 days to do.
Right. And this is also similar to years ago in terms of animation and cartoons.
Yep.
When you see an illustrator create their work, you see them flip the pages,
Yep.
right? And the
Flip
character is moving, right?
Yep.
That's where animation comes
That's
in.
where it comes from. But nowadays, everything's done on computers.
Electronically, right.
And it's done a lot faster and a lot cleaner. But certain
That
scenes,
looks really good.
yeah. But certain scenes, I can actually play it and I'll show you how it's done, what it looks like in real time. So
Okay.
I'll press the space bar.
Oh, look at that. Okay.
So it's like a cloudy effect. You see the shine in there on the edges,
Right.
and then after that, poof.
Okay.
So
Very good.
yep. So each of the dance crews has their own title card. It just makes them more dynamic, and makes the crew more important. They had their own title card. There's
Right.
another crew on there called the Tone Tough crew. They got their own title card, and it comes on like a aerosol spray can, like spraying on the
Oh,
wall.
really?
So it's just it also lets the people know they have their own different style. That's why their animation is done differently.
Okay. Okay. Very good. What else you got to show us?
Let me see.
Oh, but hold on a second, because I want to make certain that those who are interested in learning more about this,
Yes.
just showing specifically the layering,
Right.
and how they're strategically placed on the timeline.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
because there's a transition
Yeah,
that
definitely.
occurs, right?
So basically, what I do is after Photoshop, Photoshop and After Effects are from the same company, Adobe. So you'll be able to use the programs overlapping. So after I'm done with Photoshop, putting all these layers together, I come here, go to File, go to Import.
Again, this is a tedious task.
Yes,
and
it is.
It takes some time.
Yes, it does.
Okay. Our computers have to generate enough energy, just like our brains, to function.
So I pick one of pick one of the files, and it basically it will go in here.
Okay.
And then what I do is I drag one of the files here, and I start the animation process.
Right, okay.
And so,
And that's why it looks like there's that staircase, because there's a developing
Yep.
story.
so that's why it's called layers, because it's stacked like a layer of pancakes.
Right.
So basically,
I know, you don't talk about food right now. Go ahead, Ricky.
So basically, once like I said, these little dots called keyframes, they allow the object to move. In this case, it allows the clouds or whatever to do the animation. So I go here, I select the dot. That starts the animation.
Right.
So it's always the starting point and the end point of animation, and then you go here to end the animation.
Right, and so those starting and end points are what are those?
They
little
are
diamond
called
shaped?
they're little diamond shaped. They're called keyframes.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
So they allow the objects to move, and whatever the object is, a car or in this case clouds, they allow them to do whatever you want them to do. So
Okay.
you want them to scale, you want them to move up or down. It's up to you.
Okay.
But keyframes are what allows it to do that.
Okay. Okay.
And of course, you can add sound too.
Oh,
yeah.
there's another element.
Yep, there's another
Okay.
element.
Right.
So each of these title cards has sound.
Right.
So this has a sound. Let me see, where did I put this sound thing at? Well, now I have it in here, but
Okay.
they have sound. You can import MP3 or wave sound files in here.
Right. So your audio file, you put it on the top, or
You can put it anywhere.
Okay.
You know, as long as it overlays perfectly to the animation, you can
Right.
just, you know, and like I said, you can import it.
so placement doesn't really matter.
It doesn't
as long
matter,
as
yeah.
Okay.
So you go to File and let me see, go to Type, Wave. Wave, when I say Wave and MP3, those are different types of digital audio files.
Okay. Well, thank you, Ricky. You're so
Yeah.
thorough. I appreciate this.
Yes, it's like I say, it's a process. I was taught this, so it's nice to teach others how to do this stuff. And I encourage anybody that's into animation or want to get into animation, take some classes. Go to different workshops.
Right.
Because the way I did it, I didn't learn this online. I
Right.
couldn't this stuff right here. No, I had to go
Right.
to
Right.
school. I had to go to workshops.
Right.
And get some training in it. And I say training, I mean not just doing it one time. I mean just constantly doing it. You know,
Repetition is
repetition. I watch a lot of
Yeah.
videos on YouTube. Just to learn the basics, I learned. I took classes down the advanced stuff. I learned the stuff on YouTube and constantly doing it.
Okay.
So these like the audio files right here. You know, you select it, import. And see right here, go right here, and then you just drag and drop.
It's just that simple.
That's simple.
It's magical.
Yeah.
You know, again, when you do it on a constant basis,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it took me so long to get comfortable with editing, and I'm happy to say that I'm editing my own shows sometimes.
That's good.
But again, you just have to practice.
And it has
Not
to be.
so much that it's perfect. Practice makes perfect. It's not so much.
But you got to be
that.
comfortable with your program.
Exactly.
Because if you're not comfortable, it's like, okay, you wasting your time.
Right.
You just, just spinning your wheels.
Indeed.
So basically, like, this is how sound files look like. Look like a bunch of waves, as you can see. The ones that's like flat line, there's no sound going on. But
Right.
the ones with the waves, it's sound.
Right.
So,
Okay.
and you can increase the sound levels. 12 right here, you can increase it to 24.
Now, will you play a little, just a snippet of it? Just a snippy.
Let me see if they even allow the sound in here. Oh no, I don't want
No?
loud sound.
Okay.
But that's fine.
That's fine.
Yeah. So when you play it on your computer, whatever, you have sound.
Yeah, people pretty much get the gist of
Yeah.
it, I hope. Yeah.
So that's basic animation 101
Okay.
with the keyframes and important files
Okay.
to other programs.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to share with us right now?
Let me see what else
What
I
else
have.
do you? Because I know you have a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I do.
And I don't want you to pull out, all of your secret sauce,
Of course,
so
of course,
to speak.
of course.
You know, but again, this is illustration, and we're teaching those who have an interest. And you actually, when we talked about our show together, you actually suggested this, right?
Yeah, definitely,
Having this
definitely.
tutorial,
Yeah.
and I thought to myself, wow, isn't that going to be an interesting show? Because again, it gives a novice an opportunity to learn more about it. Those who are a little intimidated by the process,
Yeah.
an opportunity to see a little bit more.
I could let people know. There actually workshops out there. Like they got the University Arts League on Spruce Street.
Okay.
They do graphic design
Okay.
classes there.
Okay.
That's the one I went to.
Okay.
So that's one of the many places you can go to get some basic. And I let people know that look, don't just jump into animation if you don't know how to draw. You got to know how to draw because there's a lot of you got to do all the artistic stuff before you get on to that technical stuff. So, just let people know you just got to learn the basics.
Okay.
That's what I did, you know. And this drawing stuff it was a lot of trial and error.
Right.
Okay.
What we got?
Let's see.
How many hard drives do you own?
I have a thumb drive on my keychain.
Okay.
And I have an external hard drive. And as you see right here, I have a Google Drive.
Right.
So I have several.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever maxed out?
That's why I have many.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I have this Google Drive too. So I never, you can always I always put different files and stuff on here. So I never run out of space.
Okay. And it's important to stay organized.
Yes. And I tell people, when you working on projects, always save all the time because you never know what will happen. You want to lose your work.
Right.
So I have another clip I can show people.
Excellent.
Let's see.
And what is this?
This is a clip of one of the break dancers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. We used to break dance back in the 80s, okay? Okay. That's where it started. Very good.
Let's see. I could do a full screen. People see it in that little screen? No, it's probably.
Hey, what is it saying? This is
Tone Tough
Tough.
Crew. So this is one of the dance crews that's featured in Marquee Rock the House. They, as you can see, they perform the break dance routine.
Right. I love it. And
So
how do you get them to swirl around like that?
a lot of drawing.
Okay.
Yeah, lots of drawing. This
We
scene.
talked about that before.
Yeah,
earlier,
like this
but-
scene took me 2 weeks to do that, and I of course
Wow.
do invert colors. So I did all that color inverting by watching like MC Hammer videos
Right.
and a lot of videos in the '90s.
Okay.
So, but this scene right here, yeah, I mean, it took a while because I had to watch videos of like this right here, this sequence right here. I actually watched a Soul Train video back in the '80s. They had a breakdance crew
And
up
that
in
is
there.
an awesome reference point. Soul Train?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had like a dance crew doing this kind of stuff. I was like,
Okay.
yeah, I want them. So when I do these dance sequences, I gotta actually do research myself. I'm not smart enough to just come out stuff out of nowhere. I have to
Okay.
actually watch how real people do this stuff.
Okay,
You know.
nice.
Yeah. So I add all the sound and all that stuff later. So,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean, it's been something else doing this one right here. Like I said, I got a lot of elements going on here. So.
Okay.
Yep.
And so tone and color is important,
Mm-hmm.
right? In marketing and advertising. And so how do you select the colors for your character, the clothing, and how do you, features? of
Because
your-
it takes place in the early '90s, color is everything.
Mm-hmm.
So they had the real vivid colors.
Mm-hmm.
It just represents the time period.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody know in the 90s, it was all about having those loud colors.
Absolutely.
I mean, because 90s was basically the offshoot of the 80s,
Right.
except it was just a lot more flashier.
That's right. That's right.
Especially when you see inside Willie Smooth's house, you know, the wallpaper is yellow with all kinds of white design and everything on there. That aesthetic was basically a homage to the movie House Party.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
So that's why I got the yellow,
Okay.
yellow wallpaper with a white image. So.
Very good.
So yeah, so the color is everything. The only color is everything. Music is everything too. Because if I can't sell it with the music and the color, I can't sell it. I can't sell the fantasy.
Okay. I like that. Say that once again.
If I can't sell it with the music and the colors, you know, I can't sell the fantasy.
I like it. I think I'm gonna coin that, or maybe you coined it. I don't know, but I'm going to stay away. I want to talk to you about your strategy when dealing with challenges that come from being a, I want to say unrepresented artist.
Gotcha.
Okay, because that's my focal point on my shows. I like to capture artists, entrepreneurs, performers, in the crux of their experience. Tell me about some of the challenges that you face.
Well, one of the challenges, I wasn't winning awards at first.
Right.
So I was like, oh man, what's going on? You know, I'm putting all this time into this work, and I'm not really, reaping the benefits. So once I started winning awards, I started feeling more good about myself. Also, because everything's opening up, the challenge was COVID changed everything. Because everything was closed.
Right.
So I couldn't do my screenings and everything like I wanted to do. Now that everything's opened up, you know, I got a screening coming up in January.
Okay, but this is your second screening, right? Didn't you have a screening before?
Yeah, but that was way back in 2018.
But you had it.
I had it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but this time I'll be doing it in a different location.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Can you disclose where right now?
Well, right now I'm looking at Amalgam comic book shop, coffee, yeah. So
Okay.
I'm looking there to do a live screening there.
Okay.
I'm talking about having food there and
Okay.
selling my posters and T-shirts there.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm planning on doing that sometime in January once this show drops in December.
Okay.
No, in January.
Okay.
So.
All right. Now, do you also, off the mark just a little bit, do you also attend or involve yourself artistically with Comic-Con? Because Comic-Con comes to
I was
Philly.
also planning on going to the East Coast Black Age of Comics convention.
Oh.
I heard about them years ago. So I'm planning on doing that too.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing that. They come every May.
Okay.
I know they started in Chicago
Right.
before they got here in Philly
Okay.
in 2004.
Okay.
So I'm planning on getting involved in that too.
Okay. All right. Talk more about some of the challenges that you can potentially face as a new artist. Wanting to get some recognition aside from just awards, what your goal is, like, what is it that you're trying to do with
Okay,
this?
well, the long term, this is my long term strategy, goals,
strategy.
whatever.
Okay.
As far as the Marquee series, I'm
Right.
going to continue to do Marquee shorts for Philly Cam, but I have another project where I'm going to convert Marquee to a different medium,
Okay.
video games.
Oh,
Yeah.
come
I'm
on through, Ricky.
Yeah, I'm a big video game head.
I love it.
I've been playing video games since Atari 2600
Okay.
back in the 80s. So
Okay.
I'm there when the technology of gaming was changed from little shapes to
Nice.
real life looking people.
Okay.
So that, and I'll be working on that within the next 2 years. And the
Okay.
name of the game is called Marquee Showdown in Hometown. It's gonna be a fighting game.
Okay.
So
Wow.
I'll be working on that. I know because that's the strategy of allowing a medium to grow is to, you know, adapt it into different formats. Comic books do it all the time.
Okay.
They first it's a comic book, and then it's a
Okay.
cartoon, then it's a video game. stuff like Simpsons
Okay.
and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have been around for the last 30 years because of that.
Okay.
So that's what I'm planning on doing within the next 2 years.
I am
Along with
so
me putting
proud
out,
of you. I am so proud of you, Ricky.
along with me putting out the marquee shorts for Philly Camp, I'll be
Yeah.
working on the video game
Okay.
using different programs.
Okay.
Program called Blender
Okay.
and Unity. They're free, and they are 3D based programs that industry use to make movies and video games and commercials and stuff.
Okay. Have you ever considered like longer length feature films type of, I don't know what
90
the term
minutes.
is.
Yeah, I was planning. See, that's the thing. These animated shorts are the precursor to what I'm planning on doing long term, which is the full length feature, like a 90-minute movie.
Okay.
So these shorts are like, all right, this is the foundation right here.
Very good.
Yeah.
You
So
gotta start from the basics.
Yeah, you gotta start
and
with
work
the
your way
because the
up.
Simpsons did the same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I start with the animated shorts. Then I work on the game. Then
Okay.
then the end game is to do the live movie
Okay.
with the the feature movie with using the same actors that I'll do with the animated shorts and the game.
Okay.
So-
Excellent. Very good. Let's see what else I have here.
And the cool thing about the game is when I get the prototype up, I will be hosting a marquee showdown and hometown party in Philly Camp.
Is that right?
Yeah, so people can test out the game because people, when games come out, they have test parties all the time.
Oh, okay.
So-
Is this a party where it's going to be music? Because you know I like to dance.
Yeah,
Are you
definitely. It's
have a
gonna have
DJ or
music
something?
there. It's gonna have
Oh,
food
okay.
there. It's gonna be in the community room.
I'm not going to act up. I just
Yeah,
like to
definitely.
dance,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I don't want to be a wallflower.
Yeah,
I just get
yeah. I want people to test it out, and it's gonna be a prototype. So because I'm gonna have it available on services like Stream and all
Okay.
that kind of stuff. Because there's a lot of independent game developers out there. It's
Right.
not just the Nintendos and the Microsofts and everything. It's
Right.
like the game Minecraft. It was made by two guys.
Okay.
And they rich.
Okay.
So it's gaming is $1 billion industry.
Okay.
And I play games all the time. I play the retro games, I play the PS4 games, I play mobile games. So
I'm looking forward to the party because listen, and not so much not being a wallflower, but just us all congregating again and really being in each other's company and enjoying each other's company. And boy, do I miss that, right? I want to ask you, how has this changed your life?
wow, it made me more disciplined. Anybody can get up and go to work and pay bills and everything, but doing this right here makes me feel like a kid again.
It makes a difference when you do what you love, right?
I mean, this is something I always wanted to do,
Right.
but I didn't have the training
Okay.
or the patience to do this.
Okay.
Now, 20 years ago, no, I had the patience to do this. I
Okay.
was in Florida, I was in Georgia, I was
Right.
only worried about working and paying bills.
Well, let me correct you though, because I recall in a conversation that we had a while ago, we were talking about the parallels between you being a young aspiring artist and the person that you've come today and who mentored you.
Right.
And you specifically said your dad.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your dad.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that was way back in the 80s. He used to be a student of the Philadelphia Art
Okay.
Institute.
Okay.
And he drew all these superhero characters on the wall and everything. He was one that got me into doing all this drawing stuff. He was my first teacher.
Wow. Very good. Very good, Ricky. Wow. To have so much admiration for a family member or a friend, in your case, your dad, to pour so much into you, so much strength, so much wisdom, and so much character, in you. In your opinion, what is the most important thing to remember as an aspiring artist in this field of work?
Have faith in yourself.
Okay.
Because when nobody have faith in you, you got to have faith in yourself. You got to be your own inspiration and just keep pushing. Because like I said, being an artist is it's challenging. You know, it's a lot of critical thinking involved, especially being an animator.
Okay.
You already an artist, but being an animator, you're a filmmaker. With me, I like to think outside the box. I don't like to play it safe because I want to be a filmmaker. I want to grow. And as I told you, I want to also be a game developer because I have some programming skills. I got the website up. I got the Marky website up. I got the Marky IMDb page, which is the Internet Movie Database. It has its own page.
Thank you, Ricky. This is a great segue as we're nearing the end of the show because I want to make sure that, and don't forget that thought,
Gotcha.
that you mention your platforms, so go right ahead.
All right. So I have a Internet Movie Database page with Marky Life Be Bugging. Eventually, I'm gonna have the Rocket House credits and everything in there
Okay.
too. Once I'm done with this Marky Rock the House show, I will have a Marky series Wikipedia page. So that'll probably take me maybe a week or so, but I'll have all the information from the origins to future projects and everything.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward to doing that.
Okay, so in this moment, as we end the show, I want to thank you once again.
All
I
right.
appreciate you and all that you've done. You have so much patience because this is almost a year,
Yeah.
right? Due to COVID or whatever,
Right.
Thank you once again. Your social media platforms, where are you? How does someone get in touch with you? Let's talk about it.
Okay. I have a Marky Life Be Bugging Wix page. It's Super Clover .wix
Okay.
/ Marky Life Be Bugging.
Okay.
So that's the website.
Okay.
I have Philly Cam.
Okay.
You can go on to the On Demand. They have both Marky and Marky Life Be Bugging on there.
Okay. Did you mention Instagram, Facebook? Did you mention that?
It's I have Instagram, real.clover
Okay.
/ Instagram.
Okay.
And my Facebook page is Ricky.Clover33.
Okay. Well, folks, there you have it. I hope that this information was valuable for you and quite insightful. It has been such a pleasure, and thank you for joining us. Thank you, Ricky.
All right.